is Megan and welcome back to my channel. So happy Sunday, because you're watching this on a Sunday, and if you're not, happy whatever day you're watching this on. I need to talk about something, and this is the exact reason why I wanted to do YouTube, and I need to talk about it now. This is going to be, oh god, if I don't spill it everywhere, a coffee talk. And I actually got this mug. Oh my god, this is so dangerous. I got this mug, can y'all see it? I got this mug yesterday. It says "Don't quit your daydream." I got it from Target, and it's freaking huge, mind you. It's huge. It's a lot. I'm gonna try something. I don't know if this will work, but it's a little bit better. Okay. Anyways, so I got this new mug, and yeah, not the point. So the point of the story, we're gonna start over. Hi, my name is Megan and welcome back to my channel. So today I have to talk about something, and I have to talk about something that I don't really see anybody talking about. There are a handful of people talking about it, bashing this person. I'm not here to bash this person, nor am I here to judge this person, but I am here to talk about, like, kind of talk about it and kind of explain it, and yeah. Anyways, so this is going to be a coffee talk because obviously I drink coffee every freaking morning. And then I got this mug yesterday. It says "Don't quit your daydream." I got it from Target. It was like $5. It's so freaking cute. I literally have seen it every time I go to Target, so I had to get it. Yeah. If you're new to my channel, I do coffee talks pretty frequently. It seems like literally, if this is gonna be uploaded today. Hi, son, why did you move? Anyways, freak. Coffee talks videos. Anyways, so okay, that I am so sorry for the lighting. This is what sucks about like relying on the sun to be your light, is it changes without informing you. Anyways, so if you're new to my channel and you've never seen a coffee talk, basically I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna chat, and I'm gonna talk about something I need to talk about. This coffee is really hot. And they're usually pretty unedited because I'm lazy and I don't like to edit these because they tend to be very long, so I'm not going to edit them. Also, I'm wearing pajamas, I got a blanket in my lap, we're chilling. So go grab your cup of coffee, your tea, your soda, whatever the hell you drink. Go grab it and bring it back and sit here with me and let's chat. So if you don't know who Tana Mongeau is, congratulations. You have somehow figured out a way to avoid these people. However, I have not. Before I start, I want to make this clear. I am not bashing her. I am no way. I don't want to bash her. I don't want to, call her out or start beef or who am I? I'm not interested in any of that. I, however, do want to talk about some stuff that has recently happened regarding her and regarding what she does on YouTube and on this platform. So if you don't know who Tana Mongeau is, she is a YouTuber who kind of like rose to fame doing story times. And not just any regular story times. No, she did these like crazy, outlandish story times. Story times that just like, whoa. Mind-boggling, right? Okay. Now, in a lot of her videos, she talks about doing drugs, she talks about having sex, she talks about drinking, all while under the age of 18. And that is where the issue is for me. Now, I am a 23-year-old adult. I started watching her when I was 22, about a year ago now. I won't say I don't like her stories. She is a very good storyteller. She is an amazing storyteller, and I wish that I could tell stories like her, but I don't. I can't. It's not gonna ever happen. But I don't necessarily think that it's okay that she's talking about these things without giving a disclaimer or, you know, learning a life lesson from it. To me, it seems like she's not learning anything from these past experiences. So, over the weekend, she uploaded a video called Jeezy Tried to Fuck Me When I Was 14 or something, or 15. It was something along those lines. Obviously, I watched it. I like her. I don't think I don't think she's like a bitch. I don't think she's dumb blonde, anything like that. I think she's a very smart. I also think that she knows what she's doing. And I think that's why she uploads the shit she uploads. Because she knows that that's going to get views. And like, hey, do you, girl? You gotta pay those bills somehow. Do you, okay? Whatever. Okay. However, in most of her videos where she talks about drinking underage or she talks about doing anything under the age of 18, she doesn't seem to be learning from those situations. Okay, and I'm looking at this from a point of view of being an aunt to a almost 17-year-old and a 10-year-old. And when I see someone like this making videos like this, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of worries me. She is the person that I would never want my 17 or 10-year-old niece watching, like, ever, like, because they're not, to me, I'm not saying that she's not a good role model, maybe she could be, but to me she's really not, because she's not learning anything from these situations. So she's not learning anything from any of these situations. She's just like, I don't know, like she just keeps partying and she just keeps drinking and she keeps, you know, and you know what? Here's the thing. If social media was what it is now when I was 18 5 years ago, Lord, y'all, I would never be able to get a job. And I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, oh, I never did some crazy shit. I did a lot of crazy shit back in the day. And I'm not that old by any means, but I mean, you know, 5 years ago I was a completely different person and I had completely different values and thoughts, and the way you think at 18 versus 23 is just like very, very different. It's very different. If, you know what, everybody says when you're 18 you say, oh, I'm not going to think any different in 5 years. Lie. That's a lie. In 5 years, your life is going to be so drastically different, and you're going to think so drastically different than you do now. I'm seriously, I mean, it does not matter. You change as a human being over time. And honestly, in 5 years, I will probably have different thoughts than this, but not the point. The point is so she put up this video called Jeezy Tried to Fuck Me When I Was 14, or it was 15, I can't remember exactly, but it basically, in this video she talks about, you know, tricking a rapper into having sex with a 14-year-old or 15-year-old. I can't remember how old it was. It's 14 or 15, but okay. I'm not going to get into the whole story. Not my place. If you want to watch her video, go search Tana Mongeau Jeezy. It should pop up. It'll probably be the first one, honestly. Go watch it for yourself. I'm not even gonna link it because I don't No. If you want to go watch it, and you can hear the story. But basically, in the long run, it's basically statutory rape. What is happening in the story, and that is where I have an issue. Mostly, there's other issues with this story. Okay, so basically she talks about like they're on the Las Vegas Strip at like 2 a.m. and they're 15-year-olds looking like sluts. Okay, first off, where the hell is your mother, and why are you out on the fucking Las Vegas Strip at 2 in the morning? I'm sorry, does Nevada not have a curfew? Because I know here in Texas, we have a curfew, and it's like 1 a.m. Like, literally, at 1 a.m., if you are caught out after 1 a.m., like, you get a ticket. I mean, it's a whole thing. Why? Okay. That part of the story gets me, because, like, what? And then she talks about having fake IDs. Now, I never had a fake ID, nor did I ever know anybody that had a fake ID, but I know that fake IDs are a thing. I don't think you should be promoting it, nor do I think you should admit that you have one. I think that's something you keep to yourself or between your friend group. My opinion. Yeah, so. Okay, so. Long story short, she did not have sex with Jeezy. However, the manager was texting her friends who were 15 or 14 or 15 talking about Jeezy only fucks blondes. And if you watch the video, they threw their bra up on the screen or up on the stage of the concert, yada yada yada, all that good jazz. Okay. A lot of people say, well, oh, like, Jeezy, he shouldn't have done it. Like, you can tell when a 14-year-old is 14. That's correct. Hey, totally agree. I don't think it's okay, period. Point blank. Not okay. However, what gets me is that the manager was texting the friends, right? So the manager's texting the friends talking about it as if, like, it's an everyday occurrence or something. My thing is like, as a manager, wouldn't you be like, hey, how old are y'all? Like, are y'all of age at least? Are y'all 18 at least? No. He just straight up says, oh, Jeezy only fucks blondes. Also, I want to kind of like say this. We don't know if the story is even true. 1, 2, this is a giant allegation against a celebrity, because this is like a legitimate celebrity. This is a giant allegation. Like, giant. Okay? So we don't know if this is true or not. There's no fucking proof. We don't have any way to tell. We don't know. Okay? All we have is her word. That's it. That's it. Okay. So, long story short, it doesn't happen. She goes out of town. Okay, at the end of the story, this is kind of where I feel like she could have made this story a learning moment. At the end of the story time, at the end of the video, she says something along the lines of, and Jeezy, if you're watching this, I only got hotter, or something like that. Basically saying, hey Jeezy, if you want to hook up, I'm down now, And that was it. I don't have words. And here's why. She could have turned the story into a learning curve. Hey girls, don't fuck guys over the age of 18 because it's statutory rape. Hey, this was something we did. It's not something I recommend you do. Hey, this was dumb. Hey, I'm glad it wasn't me. Hey, don't do it. And I know, like, she makes a living off telling stories and yada yada yada. Okay, but lot of her videos, and being an adult, I can take her videos for face value and take them as funny and comedy and take them as they come, you know, and I don't dig too deep into them because honestly, I don't even think half of them are true. I think half of them are very over exaggerated, and half of them I think just are straight up fake. But that's because they just seem so unbelievable to me. They don't seem realistic. But that's coming from a 23-year-old adult. I worry that 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 14, okay, let's be realistic. 13 to 17-year-olds who are watching this girl's videos are hearing about this crazy life that she supposedly has lived and lives, and they're going to want to mimic it. Yeah. That's where the issue comes in hand. So like I said before, I have an almost 17-year-old niece, and I worry that like if she watches these videos, she's gonna think that that's okay or that's normal, you know, to like be out drinking and granted, I know that, you know, kids drink and I understand it's a thing, okay? I am not like totally like oblivious to it. Hi, I was in high school not that long ago. We drank in high school. Well, I didn't drink in high school. That, you know, I didn't. But I did drink before I was 21. But I will never come on here and tell y'all the story of the first time I got drunk. Because, I mean, one, that story would be a really good story. But honestly, because it's inappropriate. And I don't want to promote underage drinking. I don't want to promote that party lifestyle because I don't think it's realistic. And I don't think that it lasts. I know it doesn't last. Eventually you grow up and you have to get a job and you have to get a degree or you have to do something with your damn life, and drinking and partying isn't going to be your life forever. Okay. So in a lot of videos she talks about drugs. Now, drugs are very prevalent in Vegas. I'm sure it's a lot more prevalent there than it is a lot of places because Vegas, but drugs are not anything that aren't anything that are new, in my opinion. Like, been there, done that, heard it all, seen it all, etc., etc. Haven't done it all, but oh. I forgot where it's going. Oh, okay, so how do I say this? Now, I'm not gonna sit here and blame Tana Mongeau for all this. I'm not, because here's another thing. So Tana Mongeau recently, I believe she went like on some form of a tour. Like, I think she's been touring for like 2 years now or some shit. I don't know. I don't follow her like that. But I know that I've seen her vlogs and she was on tour with her friends and tour with herself. Yada, 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 yada. Okay. Now, what gets me is that they go to this tour and I don't, you know, obviously I didn't go or anything like that, but I saw clips of it and it's just so inappropriate. Like, it's so inappropriate for kids under the age of like 18 to really be there. Like, they're talking about having sex and they're talking about fucking and they're talking about drinking and I can't be okay with that. You know, and I'm just like, what the actual hell, right? Like, you know, like, I can't be okay with that. And I know personally, like, if I ever have kids, like, that's the kind of person I would never allow them to watch. Like, that's the person that if I did allow them to watch it, I'd sit down with them and have a conversation. Like, she's living this crazy life. You are not going to live this crazy life. Like, you are not going to follow in this girl's footsteps. And that's what gets me is, like, you know, like, parents, like, and this is a different story kind of, but, you know, parents, they go to this show and they hear the way she's talking. She doesn't talk any different in her videos, okay? You bought the tickets for these kids, and now you're gonna get upset about that, about how she's talking? Honey, watch her videos. Do your research. Like, you know, and I'm not saying she's a bad person. I'm not saying that she's, you know, she's young, she's naive, she doesn't know what she's actually talking about, in my opinion. I feel like, you know, she doesn't really know. She, in a couple years, she's gonna look back and she's going to regret a lot of the shit she's doing now. I promise you. She may never admit it, but I promise you, in like 5 years, she's gonna regret a lot of this shit. Because that's what happens. Okay. My thing with her, or my thing with parents, is like, if you're gonna pay, because those tickets were not cheap, mind you. I did look at the ticket prices. They were not super cheap for like what you get, but whatever. I mean, you know, it's like taking someone to a concert. Okay. You're paying all this money to take someone to see someone, taking your child to see someone they like, who's off the internet. Do your research as to who you're taking your child to see. Don't get upset then, because honey, you already took your child to the show. You already made it clear that it's okay. Okay? Why the F? Okay, why the hell, you know, do you take your child somewhere and you don't do your research as far as who you're taking them to see, and then get upset when you're there? Like, hi. They already are doing the shit, so, you know. Okay. The next, okay. Oh, I have been recording for 21 minutes, so I'm gonna try and wrap this up. Here's what I have to say about Tana Mongeau. Number one, I don't think she's a bad person. I really don't. I don't think she's a bad girl. I think she's young and naive, and I think that she is young and naive, and she has gotten a lot of fame doing this, so she's doing what she knows. Number two, I think that parents, need to be looking into who their kids are watching, and if they're not okay with that, then they need to not allow it, or they need to have conversations with their kids about it. And number three, I definitely think that Tana Mongeau needs some reeling in, and I think that unless she gets some of that reeling in and some reality checks and some realization, she is going to plummet, because sooner or later someone is going to speak out about her. Now granted, people have spoken out about her, but like Jeezy is going to make a video about her. I don't know, you know, I'm not part of all that, but someone eventually is going to speak out about her and is going to be very upset with her, and they're gonna say it is your fault. Or, you know, her aesthetic or her brand or her whatever the fuck, it's gonna go downhill, and she's gonna have to change her way of thinking. And I don't know, I look at her and I think about all the girls that are watching her, and I think those girls think that this is a normal life. You know, they think that this is what life should be like. They should be out on the freaking Vegas Strip at 2 a.m. at 15 trying to hook up with rappers. And that's not reality. That's not realistic. And it's also not appropriate, in my opinion. Like, period. Not appropriate. And the last thing that I definitely think Tana Mongeau needs to kind of understand, and definitely needs to start maybe realizing, is that she has a very big platform, and she has a lot of opportunity to do really good things with this platform. And I'm not saying don't talk about your crazy story times. Talk about them. Okay? Hey, that's the shit you've been through. Talk about it. But add a disclaimer. Hey, the story is when I was young. Add, you know, try and like learn something from that story, because obviously if you don't learn anything from it, it's not worth it. If you would repeat it, you know, like, you shouldn't, you know. Also, I really wish that she would start thinking about the fact that if this was her child, if she had a child, right, not right now, but like, you know, when she has children or whatever, when they're this age, would you want them doing what it is you're out here doing and promoting, or no? And I can almost guarantee y'all that the answer to that question is a big fat no. That she doesn't. Anyways, I want to make this clear right now. I am not bashing this girl. She is 19, I believe. She's young, she's dumb, you know, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She's naive. She can do her thing. I'm not gonna, you know, butt in on that. But that's it. I'm not gonna keep going on and on about it. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, that red subscribe button right down below. I upload new videos 4 times a week, most of the time. And yeah, I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely